You mentioned El Clasico there, Harry, right? The big game on Saturday is El Clasico, and it kicks off at 3:15, right? Now, as you know, if you're in the UK, you've got this like archaic rule that because they want football fans to go to football games at all levels, all parts of the pyramid, which we get, right? But because of that, you can't broadcast any football on TV in the UK. So it's a bit of a nightmare, right? And for UK games, to keep fans going to their local clubs, I kind of get it, right? But El Clasico is like easily the biggest game of the weekend, probably definitely the biggest game of the day on Saturday, and it kicks off at 3:15. So it's maybe a problem for me and you, Harry, and maybe some of the Sorare scouts and managers from around the world that are in the UK as well. But this is a bit of a sore one. You know, we don't get to actually watch any good football at 3:00.
Yeah, it's gutting, mate, to be honest, isn't it? It's such a weird rule. But yeah, I mean, massive game. Just like probably one of the not first times, but in recent times, one of the most exciting sort of El Clasicos, I think, with the dominance of Bellingham and how he's sort of come through, I think, in these last couple of weeks for them. And yeah, it's just an interesting narrative to kind of get stuck into, isn't it? How good is he going to do on the biggest stage in that league? You know, like we've seen him do it week in, week out over the last couple of weeks, months, whatever. And even in the Champions League, which is obviously a massive stage as well. But this is the game to do it, isn't it? Like if he arrives on Saturday, Bellingham, it's like, okay, wow. Like we know we've got a superstar, but this could, like, he's taken it to heights where like it's just becoming incomparable, isn't it? Almost if he does, do the business again. That doesn't necessarily have to be a goal or whatever, but just how does he perform? I know it's going to be annoying not being able to watch it for the masses in that sense, but yeah, I think it's going to be a big occasion for him.
Yeah, because it feels like El Clasico for like the world-class players in these teams, Real Madrid and Barcelona. Their first El Clasico, or the El Clasicos in their first season, can really like define them, in a lot of different ways. The Real Madrid predicted lineup that are going to, this isn't going to be in the new camp. This is in, I forget what it's called, but they're in their like B team stadium, which is just down the road or something. So it's going to be a different El Clasico atmosphere venue-wise as well. So Real Madrid will be showing up looking like this probably. Camavinga's here at 80%, but I'm pretty sure I read this morning that Camavinga's not playing in this game. I'm pretty sure I read that this morning. So please do, if you have a Camavinga, go and double confirm that. But I'm fairly confident Camavinga's not playing. When was the last time this was updated? Does it tell us? Wednesday for Real Madrid. So yeah, this is not up to date. Camavinga won't play this game, I can tell you that for free. Rodrigo probably expected to start this one, I think. And like you say, so with Bellingham, I think going away in this kind of situation, like if he runs the game, maybe doesn't score the goal, like you say, I probably expect he would, but because of the sort of guy he is. But if he really like puts his foot down on this game and really wins it, because Barcelona at the moment are getting into a bit of a form. Xavi is starting to find, a bit of a groove with them. They've struggled with injuries. They've struggled with keeping their best team on the pitch. But there's things for both teams to actually be really excited about for the first time in a while. Normally it's either Barca are still doing okay and Real Madrid are re-identifying them or rediscovering themselves, or Real Madrid are kicking on winning Champions Leagues and everything, and Barca are losing Messi and losing this guy, and Dembele's playing video games till 1 o'clock in the morning, and all this stuff that's been on over the last couple of years, financial fair play and everything else. So it feels like the first time where both clubs are moving upward, and it should be a real kind of clash of the Titans.
Yeah, it's an interesting one with Barca. Like, you look at that starting 11, like, there's just not that many massive names there. Like, you mentioned, like the Messi, the MSN era, and for Real Madrid, you had the Benzema era, Ronaldo even further, with Bale and whatever. And it's just like, we're just in a new era of football, I guess. And, you could argue their team overall is maybe not better, but there's quality everywhere, obviously, right? But there's just so many like emerging stars that shouldn't really be paying that. Fermin Lopez, who's looking to start, who's been exceptional since coming into the side. I think he couldn't get a sniff for like the B team a couple months ago, and now he's scoring goals in the Champions League and stuff. So just shows how quickly football changes and stuff. And yeah, it's interesting. Like, I don't love the look of that Barca front three as far as like, can that front three go and shock Real Madrid with their experience they have at the back? I don't know. Like, it's a big test. It's a massive test for them. No Pedri. There's still some sort of big players missing from that Barca team. And Real Madrid are basically full strength. Like you said, it does look like Mendy is going to get the nod at left back. The difference, the sort of flip could be it's either Rodrigo or Camavinga, basically, is what it's looking like. Not like Camavinga up front, but it's either, Bellingham would like go further up and they would bring Camavinga into that middle sort of box or whatever they want to call it, the diamond, and, help out there and stuff. So, yeah, there's so many little nuances to get stuck into. I don't know. I'm honestly going to stick my neck out and say the Real Madrid might cause an upset here with the form of Bellingham. I just think defensively they're just a little bit more resolute, and I just think what Barca possess up front, I just don't know if it's gonna, threaten that back four too much. I don't love Mendy, but the other three are just so solid for me, and like, I don't know. I think Barcelona have to work really hard to get some goals here, albeit at home. But I do see, I do see Real Madrid nicking it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good one. It's going to be really fun to watch. Ancelotti versus Xavi in terms of the dugout. It's classic Real Madrid, Barca tactics, stakes, and the style of play that we should see from both of them, because Barca will need to play 1,000 passes to open them up, but they'll be prepared to do that and they'll be right up for it. We were at 67 likes, guys, on my